Hello, this is Virtualis the Chess Noob, learning and having fun with chess. Today I won a game with the stronger opponent resigning on move 7, where only 31 seconds had elapsed on my clock. How did I achieve this? I played the Vienna game as white and my opponent responded symmetrically with the Max Lange defense. And on move 5, we have the very tricky Meitner-Mieses Gambit, which can induce a number of devastating blunders for black. I hope you enjoy. So let's have a quick look at the review. So fairly short game, only 7 moves. So initially flat and then opponent makes a critical blunder. And you know, pretty much they give up soon after that. I played a highly accurate game, mostly just book moves and good moves, while the opponent had a mistake and a blunder. So let's have a quick look now at the analysis. There we go. All right, so I played the Vienna, so e4, e5, knight c3, and the opponent played the Max Lange defense, so knight c6. I developed bishop c4, and the opponent develops their bishop symmetrically to c5. And in this position, we can immediately punish the opponent for moving their bishop out by bringing out the queen to g4 with an attack on the pawn on g7, which is what I did. Now, in this situation, it's not uncommon for an opponent who may not be very familiar with the Vienna to play queen f6, and this is still all book moves. Basically, what the opponent here is lining up for is for an attack on the weak pawn on f2. That looks like it might be, yeah, it looks it looks almost like checkmate, but it isn't, as the king can just slide over to d1. And you will notice, even though black does have this apparently devastating looking attack, white is actually has an advantage here. In this, when the opponent has made put themselves into this position, basically with the queen to f6, we can now launch the Meitner-Mieses Gambit, which is now knight to d5, which is a very powerful attack. A direct attack onto the queen, but also an attack on the pawn on c7, which then threatens to win the rook because that comes with check. And not uncommonly here, the opponent will freak out, basically. So the opponent may try to move their queen trying to guard that pawn. That doesn't work, and that will lead to a sort of early checkmate. Or potentially they decide that they'll just do a queen trade, and that is fine, but that doesn't address this problem for black with the knight capturing the pawn on c7. So the best move for black here, in fact, is to take the pawn, but that launches a very complex and difficult line to play for black, where they're potentially at risk of having their queen trapped and captured. Now, in this game, the opponent thought for some time, so basically about a minute, and decided to capture the pawn with bishop. Again, you can just simply slide the king out of the way in either direction, apparently is good, and you can see white is substantially ahead now. That is a serious blunder for black. Simply after this move, it's unclear to me why the opponent chose to move their bishop here, given that queen is hanging, captured the queen, opponent then captured back with bishop, but then almost immediately resigned, recognizing that they've lost the queen, and pretty much the game is over. If you look at Stockfish evaluation, basically +7 for me. And that's potentially one of the things that can happen with this line. And I spent no more than 31 seconds in this game before the opponent resigned. Good game, GG. This was a quick game. If you are playing against the Vienna, it's probably best to simply not go down this line. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.